Rapidly rising waters left widespread damage to camps, roads, and homes across southeast Missouri. Now emergency crews are left working around the clock to help the affected communities. Governor Mike Kehoe has declared a state of emergency. The National Guard has been deployed, and Missouri Task Force 1 is joining the response. The hardest hit areas include Crawford, Iron, and Reynolds counties. Some areas got a foot of rain, and more is falling tonight. We begin at 10 in a weather impact alert. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. And Scott, minutes ago we learned I-70 between Riverview and Union were flooded in the city. How much more rain can we expect tonight?
Well, I think most of us in the metro area are seeing that rain kind of wind down right now. Off to the south and east, we still have some heavy rainfall. We look southeast of St. Louis, you still have stronger thunderstorms here across Randolph County and into southern portions of Monroe and southern portions of St. Clair County. So there we have a current flash flood warning. So those are the areas where the flooding is more prominent, more impactful. That runs until 3:30 tomorrow morning. Now, we do have flood advisories around a good chunk of the metro area. We have had some urban flooding. The good news is the areas farther south of St. Louis that dealt with the catastrophic flooding in the wee hours this morning are not seeing much in the way of rain right now. Until midnight, there will still be some downpours with some of these thunderstorms, especially east and south of St. Louis. Winds could gust 30 to 40 miles per hour. But there is some good news. The severe thunderstorm watch that was in effect has been canceled and will not go through the remainder of the night. So that's good. So just stay aware. The flood watch does stay up. I think that's going to be our biggest concern, to see if there's any additional heavy rain down here in the areas that saw that 6 to 10 inches of rain. That could be a problem here into the overnight hours. As a reminder, on the Live Radar 24/7, it's always streaming on the 5 on Your Side app. You wake up in the middle of the night, it's thundering. You'll see what's happening on the radar by going to our app.
All right, Scott. 12 inches of rain in 12 hours prompted several rescues today. The rain pushed the Black River to a historic 28 feet. We have learned from Governor Mike Kehoe that crews conducted more than 200 water rescues across the region. Others had to be airlifted to safety, like hundreds of children from nearby camps. Helicopters flew many of them to Arcadia Valley Elementary School. At least 20 people had to be saved when a camp building collapsed just south of Lesterville. Everyone who was missing in Reynolds County has been accounted for, but getting to them has not been easy.
Right now, a lot of the roadways that we would normally use to reach some of these camps has been diminished and destroyed, and it's going to take time to rebuild those, and with approximately 6 inches of more rain that could be occurring in this area, time is not something that we have.
If you need help, it is available. Lesterville Schools is open to anyone in Reynolds County who needs a safe place to go. The Red Cross has opened a shelter at the First Assembly of God Church in Centerville. Arcadia Valley High School is the command center for Iron County, where the Red Cross and Salvation Army are providing assistance for anyone in need. 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend spoke to campers who were airlifted from a flooded campsite in Reynolds County.
The National Guard spent hours flying stranded students here to Arcadia Valley Elementary School, students who were definitely affected by the dangerous floodwaters.
It was really stressful. In the morning, it was probably like 3 feet deep.
Officials say around 2:30 Friday morning, catastrophic rainfall fell on southeast Missouri. Flash flooding quickly saturated multiple campsites, including Tom Sauk Camp in Reynolds County.
One of the counselors just came into the room and was like, "We got to evacuate, grab a blanket and a pillow."
A startled 14-year-old Emma Bettag from St. Louis, nearly 170 other campers, and several dozen staffers all evacuated the campgrounds.
When we woke up this morning, the whole, half the camp was flooded. It was just like the river had become the camp. I was freaking out. Everyone was freaking out.
Flash flooding also blocked access to several roads in the area. The heavy rainfall triggered a flash flood emergency across Reynolds and Iron counties.
It was surprising how fast it came up.
Pretty nerve-wracking. I was scared for a few minutes.
The rushing water rattled Iron County resident 17-year-old Caleb Meinhardt out of bed.
It rose up fast, and then ever since then, we've just been watching it.
Back at a flooded Tom Sauk camp.
We all got in a line and waited for a helicopter. We were there for 2.5 hours.
An exhausted Emma Bettag relieved to finally see the National Guard to the rescue. Late afternoon, the guardsmen airlifted the stranded campers, put them on 2 Black Hawk helicopters and flew them to a dry and safe Arcadia Elementary School to their waiting parents.
It's been a really long day. I will say the camp did a great job. I think they had a great plan in place.
How does it feel to be finally back here with your mom?
It feels amazing. I ran and gave her a big hug when I got back.
In Iron County, Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
And in Crawford County, one person is still unaccounted for. Family members are telling us they are still looking for Faith Gregory. She lives in Davisville. She was last seen around 3:30 this morning, swept away when part of her house collapsed in the flood. Gregory was holding on to her green and tan kayak.
We do have group parties sitting at every watch, making sure that we can see if anything comes floating down, whether it's her or an article of clothing, kayak, something.
We've been out here all day,
Yeah.
watching for something.
Authorities have been searching the area for hours with drones, boats, and dive teams. And while Missouri State Highway Patrol troopers were rescuing people by boat, one boat capsized on the Black River in Reynolds County. The Highway Patrol says the boat's motor got caught on an underwater line. 2 troopers fell into the water but were able to get out safely. The Highway Patrol is reminding people to stay out of floodwaters. They can be deadly. If you or someone you know needs help, call St. Francis County Dispatch. And Missouri Governor Kehoe just said an hour ago, with more rain expected, anyone in low-lying areas are urged to stay weather aware and be ready to take action to protect yourself. You can stay up to date with the latest from our weather impact forecast when you text the word weather to the number on your screen, 314-425-5355. We are always on the 5 on your side streaming app as well.